Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Make sure everything is situated on the screen. Okay, I'm going to get started and we'll just have folks trickle in. Once again, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your evening to join us today. I know it's 7 p.m. on a Wednesday night, school night, so I really appreciate y'all being here with us today. I'm really excited to share more about the launch of Yardy Scholars for Environmental Justice here at UC Santa Barbara. And I just want to let folks know that this session is being recorded and will be made available on our website later this week, along with a recording in Spanish. So this will be posted for folks who couldn't join us tonight and will be accessible on our website. Also, please feel free to submit questions throughout the presentation using the Q&A feature, and that should be located at the bottom of your screen. So we will have time at the end of the presentation to address your questions. What will we cover? So I will go ahead and introduce myself, provide a brief overview of the program. I'll also go over the eligibility requirements, program benefits, the application process, and really want to provide a good amount of time at the end to engage in answering your questions. All right, so starting with the Yardy Scholars for Environmental Justice team, we have an exceptional team of faculty co-directors, Dr. Linda Adler-Kasner and Dr. Simone Pulver. I am honored to serve as the inaugural executive director of the program. My name is Gabby Gutierrez Serrano, and I will be working closely with our Yardy Scholars, providing guidance throughout the duration of your time here at UC Santa Barbara. I am committed to higher education access and equity and really engaging in providing students with holistic support to ensure that students are thriving at the university and that they're reaching their academic, professional, and also personal goals. I am just a little bit about myself and how did I get here and why I do this work. I am a first generation college graduate myself, and I understand firsthand the importance of receiving holistic support. I'm a gaucho through and through. I attended UCSB for both my undergrad and graduate studies. And as an undergrad, I pursued Chicano and Chicano studies with a minor in educational studies. And just thinking back, I remember vividly what it felt like to navigate this university largely on my own, especially during those first 2 years. And so while I encountered several challenges, what really transformed my experience was finding my community. And this was a community of peers, faculty, graduate students who shared, a lot of them shared similar backgrounds as me and also understood my journey. And so once I found that support system, I really began to find myself thriving, not only within the classroom, but also outside. I got involved in research, engaged in studying abroad. I even joined the Folklorico group here on campus. And so it was a culmination of all these experiences that really showed me the power of holistic support and community building. And so I knew that I wanted to give back to students like myself and again, provide that support. So this led me to pursue my master's and PhD in education here at UCSB, focusing on higher education persistence and retention. So throughout my time here at UCSB, I've worked closely with various student support programs, supporting students from first generation underrepresented backgrounds. And again, it's reinforced my commitment to creating inclusive academic communities. And I'm excited to bring that over to the Yardy Scholars Program. All right, so why the Yardy Scholars for Environmental Justice Program? So in thinking about, what is needed to really address today's environmental challenges, well, it really does require diverse problem solvers who can think critically and creatively, who can work collaboratively, um, and also across different disciplines, and also understand how to turn ideas into real-world solutions. So the Yardy Scholars for Environmental Justice Program provides this unique opportunity to nurture the next generation of environmental leaders and change makers. So we're bringing together students from diverse backgrounds and fields of study to work together to address environmental challenges and create sustainable solutions. And so this is a comprehensive 4-year experience, and it combines 3 essential elements to ensure that students thrive at UCSB. And the first is it's a strong sense of community and belonging. So this is a unique experience in that this is a cohort experience. You're going to be part of a tight-knit group of 20 students who support one another and grow together throughout your time here at UCSB. Um, who else is a part of this community? The Yardy EJ team, you'll have peer mentors, UCSB faculty, and environmental professionals who will also serve as your support system and community. Second, the program offers financial support, and this creates a pathway to earning your degree at UCSB debt-free. So that way you can focus on your growth and learning as an environmental change maker. And third, we're empowering you to envision yourself as an emerging environmental change maker. So equipping you with the necessary skills so that you can not only engage in addressing environmental challenges here at UCSB, but we hope that you continue to do this even beyond in the careers and the pursuits that you pursue. So who should apply? We welcome applications from current California high school seniors who applied to UCSB for fall 2025 admission. Students from all majors who are passionate about environmental problem solving and creating change are encouraged to apply. So this is not limited to students who applied to major in environmental studies. This really is an interdisciplinary program, and we need scholars and professionals across all fields to address these very complex environmental challenges. So to be eligible, you must be a California resident or be AB 540 eligible as defined by the University of California. And we highly encourage students who demonstrate significant financial need, are first generation to college, and or from underrepresented backgrounds to apply. Now, if you're a junior or younger, or maybe you're a high school counselor, a community member who works with high school students, please keep this program in mind as you prepare for your college applications in the future. So what will you receive as a Yardy Scholar at UCSB? So you will be gaining the skills, the support, and the experience that is needed to grow as an environmental change maker. Like I mentioned, there is financial support that Yardy Scholars will receive. Yardy Scholars are eligible to receive up to $10,000 per year in financial support. And this includes a 4-year need-based scholarship, and this assists in covering the cost of attending UC Santa Barbara. And I will note that financial aid packages vary from student to student, so the exact amount that will be awarded to each scholar will be determined it'll be determined by the Office of Financial Aid and Scholarships. So we'll be working closely with that office to award the Yardy Scholarship. Yardy Scholars will also have the opportunity for additional funding to support other types of meaningful learning experiences and activities. So this can include independent research projects, summer research projects, internships, study abroad, field experiences, and more. So UCSB has a wide array of, of learning experiences, and this is not limited to opportunities here at UCSB. And all of these experiences and opportunities, allow students to further engage in applying their environmental problem solving skills. So students will work closely with me to engage in requesting this additional funding. Again, this is a cohort experience. I mean, I cannot emphasize this enough, is that you are coming in and will be a part of a tight-knit community, and you'll be able to, share this unique experience with and build these lasting friendships. So you'll be engaging in community building through the different Yardy EJ courses, through team projects, through different social activities that we'll have throughout the year, workshops, as well as annual retreats. And so I also want to mention that while we're starting with 20 scholars, each year the program will expand and welcome a new cohort. So the program will only continue to grow, and our Yardy EJ community will grow and really strengthen this dynamic community that we're building. Like I mentioned, Yardy scholars also will engage in specialized coursework. And these courses are really designed to connect your learning to environmental change making. These courses will count towards general education and elective credit and include interdisciplinary learning. We'll bring in guest speakers. This will be an opportunity to start meeting and developing relationships with UCSB faculty and environmental professionals. Again, these people are part of your community. And through these courses, also engage in the hands-on community projects. Few more benefits. You will be receiving full wraparound support services. And what does that mean? Means that I'm here to support you every step of the way from the moment that you commit to UCSB. So as a Yardy scholar, this program really is your one-stop shop. Well, you're going to be receiving individualized academic advising. You'll be connected to different campus partners through warm handoffs. So again, you're not going to be doing this alone. Any questions, any issues, any crises that come up, whether they be financial, medical, academic, personal, don't worry, I have your back. So I got you. Really want to ensure that anything that comes up is addressed in a timely manner. So I'm here to support you and connect you to the appropriate resources. As part of these, as part of this, the wraparound services is the high touch mentorship that you will be receiving. So again, you have this community of support that's dedicated to your success, your well-being, your growth as an environmental leader. So you'll be receiving mentorship from myself, from UCSB faculty, environmental professionals who are out in the field. And these folks will also be providing you guidance on the team-based projects that you'll engage in with your cohort members. Um, they'll also provide guidance, on independent research projects that you pursue or engage in um, different research labs on campus. Additionally, you'll be paired with a peer mentor right off the bat. So these are going to be students in their third or fourth year here at UCSB, and they'll be helping you adjust to the campus, engage in major exploration, um, help you develop your studies skills, time management skills, navigating different campus resources, getting involved in student organizations, as well as community organizations. So you'll have different types of support, especially in that first year, first quarter. So you'll have peer support as well from students who are a little further along the way. And also, you'll gain professional development. So you'll be working, like I mentioned, I mean, I really can't emphasize enough the teamwork. You're going to be working with your cohort on team-based projects where you'll be working with a community organization. You'll also be receiving support in locating and applying to different internships, research opportunities, study abroad, and other field experiences. And again, these are all opportunities to further develop and apply your environmental problem-solving skills. And also, along the way, you'll be developing your leadership, communication, your presentation skills, and be provided with that career readiness support. And that also includes resumes, cover letters, preparing for interviews. So this is all part of the professional development type of support that you'll be receiving. And so again, it's through this wraparound support model that you'll be able to have this flexibility to really explore and develop your unique path and interests within environmental change making, all while being a part of a strong, supportive community. So a little bit about the application timeline. So you all are UC applications have already been submitted. They were submitted back in December. So that was the first step, was submitting your UC application. Um, our Yardi application is now live on our website. So it opened in January and will remain open until March 10th. Once applications are submitted during mid-March, um, during mid-March is when UCSB will send out their admission decisions. And so once we receive those, Yardi EJ applications from those admitted to UCSB will undergo holistic review. Between late March and early April, selected applicants will be contacted for short phone interviews. And these phone interviews are really just to get to know the applicants a little bit more and offer an opportunity to answer any questions that applicants might or that applicants might have. Final decisions will be announced by April 17th. And so this is about 2 weeks before the SIR deadline or statement statement of intent to register. So that May 1st is the deadline across the board. So you will receive your acceptance notification before the SIR deadline. Okay, the application, like I mentioned, is live on our website. It will be open until March 10th. So please submit the application by March 10th by 11:59 p.m. And we ask that You provide three things in your application. So there's three requirements to the application, and that includes providing your information, some information about your high school. You also are required to respond to three short prompts. Please limit your responses to 300 words per prompt. And you will also be asked to submit your unofficial high school transcripts. So please make sure that all areas of the application are complete. This includes uploading your high school transcripts. Um, Only complete applications will be considered. So just make sure that all areas are complete. So, like I mentioned, each prompt is limited to 300 words. It's very short, so every word does count. So I would recommend drafting your responses on a Google Doc, for example. Here, really start drafting your responses. You can always cut down. We also recommend that you seek guidance and feedback on your responses. Go through different drafts and engage in, revising your responses before submitting the application. I will be hosting drop-in Zoom hours in February and through February and early March. So you can check out when those Zoom hours will be taking place. That can be found on our website. And those will be Zoom drop-in hours where you can come in and ask any questions that you might have about the program or receive guidance on the application process. So no appointment is necessary. You will be able to just drop in. If these Zoom hours do not work for you, I encourage you to email me. My email is on our website as well. Please, please, please feel free to reach out for guidance and ask any questions. I'm here to help you throughout this journey. Okay, so very briefly, I want to provide a little bit of guidance on what it is that we're looking for in our applicants and also in these short responses. So like I mentioned, they're short. So sometimes that's the challenge, right? Is cutting it down and making sure that it fits within the word limit. So here are just some guiding points, as you're thinking about your responses. So for this first prompt, we really are interested in knowing more about you, who you are, what is driving you, what is motivating you. So for this first prompt, we encourage you to engage in storytelling. So think of this as an opportunity to really share your personal story. There's power in storytelling, right? So it really serves as a way to create a connection with your audience, which are the reviewers. So remember that we as the reviewers don't know anything about you other than what you presented in your application. So your responses are really all that we have to go off of. So here we're asking you to describe in detail a moment experience that ignited your passion in addressing environmental challenges and how you see yourself in creating solutions. So again, immerse us in that journey. Another thing to note is storytelling helps to communicate vital information. So, as a Yardy scholar, you're going to continue to engage in storytelling to drive meaningful environmental change. So again, I've underlined a few things and italicize, describe in detail, right? So really engage in setting the scene, bringing us in as readers. Um, really tell us about you and those experiences and how they've shaped your understanding of environmental problems and also how you see yourself, what role you see yourself playing in creating solutions. And there's no wrong or right answer, but really just how are you thinking about these environmental challenges? For the second prompt, so environmental change making, again, it requires collaboration. It requires diverse and and new perspectives and also engaging in collective action. So one of the core values of the program is collaborative problem solving. I've mentioned throughout the presentation, you're going to be working in teams. You're going to be working in community to drive meaningful change. So in your response, we want to learn more about what issues are important to you and others. Here, we want you to focus on one issue, um, and tell us how it is that you worked with others. How did you bring people in? What were some of the challenges that maybe you encountered um, in addressing this particular issue? And how it is that you overcame these challenges as a team? So again, engage in describing this experience. Also, we want to understand your vision for your first 2 years here at UCSB. So we ask that you specify two goals that you have for yourself during those 2 years, those first 2 years. We want to also learn more about what these specific goals are. Make sure that these goals are clear and focused, and think about what experiences do you believe will be meaningful to your academic journey and also your personal growth. So as you think about that, from there, I want you to engage in a little bit of research, dig into what UCSB has to offer, and identify specific resources that will be helpful in achieving these goals. Additionally, how do you envision this program, the Yardy Scholars EJ program, in supporting your goals? So again, I want to highlight for all three prompts, it's really about you. Bring your voice to the forefront and describe these experiences. Really allow us to get to know you a little bit more. And with that, again, here is my contact information. I um, encourage you all to reach out to me via email with any questions. Please visit our website as well for additional information. Follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram here. I don't know what happened here. But our Instagram is also linked in our website. You can also scan this QR code, which will take you to various links related to the program. So with that, I want to now take any questions that the audience might have. So I will open up the Q&A feature. Please feel free to submit questions here. First one, how many incoming freshmen will be accepted into this program? So we will be accepting 20 students. The first cohort will be comprised of 20 incoming freshmen. Second question, for prompt one, can we talk about multiple experiences that sparked our interest or only a single experience? Yeah, thank you for your question. So again, these are short responses. So there might be, multiple factors that sparked your interest, but really engage in providing the details, right? So, you know, think about, what is really going to bring us in as the reviewers to really understand your experience and how it is that this particular experience or moment really ignited your passion for environmental problem solving. Another question, is review of the Yardi application separate from the UC application? Should responses not overlap with the UC PIQs? Thank you for your question. So the Yardi application is separate from the UC application. Now that students have submitted their UC application, feel free to take a look at, what it is that was written for the UC PIQs, right? Um, there could be some overlap with some of those responses. So we will not be reviewing students' UC application or their PIQs. We will only be reviewing um, the Yardi applications. Another question. Would it be possible to have some examples of research opportunities and projects offered through Yardi? Yeah, thank you for your question. So, in year three, during students' third year, they will be engaging in a year-long team-based research project in which they will be matched with a community organization, an external client, and they'll be engaging in a project that serves this external client. And so as we build the program, we're building relationships with external partners, as well as partners here at UCSB across different divisions and disciplines. Another question, will the application reviewers be looking at both this application and our UC application or just this program's application? Yeah, thank you. So the reviewers will only be looking at your Yardi Scholars for Environmental Justice application. We will not be looking at or reviewing your UC application. Another question, is it possible to be part of both the College of Creative Studies and the Yardi Scholars if we were admitted into both? I know the College of Creative Studies offers similar programs and research experiences under professors. So would that conflict with the Yardi program? So we are accepting applications from students across all divisions and across all colleges. So that includes the College of Creative Studies. And so the Yardi Scholars program provides the flexibility where you'll be able to engage in multiple experiences, engage in research that aligns with your interests. So it provides a lot of flexibility where you can um, engage in research, other types of opportunities to further develop your environmental change-making interests and skills. So that will not um, partic yeah, that will not conflict with the Yardi program. Another question, is there a certain GPA needed to become a Yardi scholar, or is it entirely holistic? So we do ask that that you submit your high school transcripts, and that will be part of the application review. So high school GPA will be taken into consideration. There isn't a certain GPA. Again, this is a holistic review, so we also will be considering the responses to um, the three different prompts. We'll consider your high school transcripts. So yes, it's a holistic review. Jen, what are the classes that Yardi scholars take together? During the first year, Yardi scholars will enroll in a Yardi Scholars for Environmental Justice first year seminar course. So that course will be offered the fall quarter. So this is where Yardi scholars will meet their cohort and also engage in this interdisciplinary learning where we'll engage um, in sorry. So this is this first course, first quarter, really delving into, well, what is interdisciplinary change making? What are different approaches across disciplines in addressing a particular environmental challenge? So we'll also have guest faculty speakers come in, and these will be faculty from across different disciplines who will not only share how their discipline might approach this particular environmental challenge, but also how it is that they came to become change makers in their own respect, right? So learning a little bit more about their journey, and how it is that they got involved in the work that they're doing. Oh, some are dropping questions in the chat. Okay. Another question, is this program modeled after other existing programs on UC campuses? Yardi Scholar or Yardi Systems also launched a similar program at UC Berkeley. So there is there are some similarities in terms of it being a four-year scholarship program. Um, that one is focused more so on social justice, but that is a similar program that exists on that campus. Another question, what if you don't know if you will be eligible for need-based financial aid, but have a strong interest and some experience in global climate justice? Should you still apply if you are unsure if you will be financial need eligible based on FAFSA? Is there merit aid as well? So we encourage all to apply. I know that the FAFSA and CADA applications are currently open, and they'll be open until the beginning of March. So we encourage you to apply to be considered. So please submit your application. Again, we are taking a holistic approach to reviewing your application. Does the Yardi program help students in getting into UCSB? So the UC application deadline has already passed. This is a separate application, separate program that you would be considered for upon being accepted into UCSB. Trying to make sure that I answered all the questions in the chat. And please feel free to enter your question again if I just so happen to miss it. Oh, and going back to the classes that Yardi scholars will take together. So I mentioned the one during first year, first quarter. In the during students' third year, they'll engage in the year-long course focused on this team-based project. And during students' fourth year, during their winter quarter, will engage in a course that will focus on career readiness, bringing in environmental professionals um, to really start thinking about post-grad. Okay. Um, so bringing in environmental professionals again to now start um, with preparing for what's to come after our students are preparing for their next steps. Great question. Who is Yardi Systems? So Yardi Systems is they are based here in Santa Barbara and offer real estate software technology, and also have these pillars of philanthropy focused on education, environmental justice, as well as housing. So we are very, very appreciative and very grateful for their, philanthropy and supporting programs such as this. Okay. So again, I want to reiterate, this isn't just a scholarship, this is a full 4 years of, support and engaging in developing your skills to grow as environmental change makers and to not only do this work here at UCSB, but also as you venture out, whether that be pursue graduate school, professional schools, various professions. So really want to ensure that your time at UCSB is one that is, filled with a lot of opportunities and in which you'll be supported by a strong community. Another question. If a prospective student who is intending to major in physiology at UCSB, would that affect an applicant for this scholarship? So this program is open to all majors. It's not restricted to any particular major or discipline. So while open to all majors, it really is, you know, for students who have this interest and passion in addressing environmental challenges. So the your intended major will not affect your um, your eligibility for the program. And also, if a student changes their major at some point during their journey, that will also not affect their eligibility to continue in the program. Okay, I think that was the last question. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us this evening, and please feel free to contact me with any additional questions that you might have. Um, we look forward to reviewing your application and staying in touch. Thank you all so